Let's talk some toys in here.
Hey, what's up everyone? Today it's the Man-Child. Alright, so today up for review, I finally got in my Masters Universe Origins King Hiss. Yeah, he was delayed or lost or something. I don't know, maybe sent him on a train. Finally got him in, but he was worth the wait, I'll tell you that. Come out awesome. And of all figures, I'm really glad that they put him in a deluxe card because it allowed him to, just kind of change his features up a little bit. Now, if you're not familiar with the vintage King Hiss as a kid, which I had, a lot of us had, so you had the two armor ends would snap in half, and you expose this, his like serpent body, we'll call it that. Then you would remove the arms, or each arm, or one arm, or both, and it had the smaller snakes that were attached to that part of the body. Yeah, it was cool for the time, creepy, but it was for King Hiss. It was a little under menacing, But it looks like with this, you can snap the two body armor come off, or flip over, something like that. You still have that serpent snake underneath. Then you're going to pop the head off and the arms, so they're also customizable with other parts or going other figures. And we could put these pieces on. We got the larger snakes, which looks awesome, and this larger head that will replace the this primary head once the armor's off. Or you can even put it on with the armor on. Kind of going back to the classics a little bit, reminds me of. So the classics King Hiss was his own figure. He did come with a serpent snake, a serpent body, we'll call it. When you had to actually snap the whole body in half and you snapped this piece on, it was all set up already. And he also did make a serpent King Hiss, which was really cool looking. You can put that, snap that off, and put it on and off different classics figures, which all snakes going all over the place. Neat. But I like what they did with this guy. And real quick, of course, on the front of the car, we got our typical Masters Universe logo. We now have the Snake Man logo behind that, which seems like we're going to see on all the future Origins cards because they're pushing the Snake Man faction coming figures, and there's a lot more out, Snake Man coming out from what Mattel said. We got some cool art here, King Hiss himself, and it just says modern posing retro play and change into a seething mass of serpents. And flipping around, taking a look at the back of the package, look at that art, my God. So we have our snake armored He-Man here that, of course, is out in the Origins now. Got King Hiss, look at that. Now that image there, just the way he, how long the snakes are and how they bend, looks very reminiscent of that classics Serpent King Hiss that I showed. Look at that, man. That's awesome. And over here, looks like we have Snake Teela, which I heard some rumors we might be getting one in the Origins line at some point, which it's no brainer. It's an easy repaint. And she goes back to like the 2000X show, so that would be cool to see in this line. And dropping down to the package on the left side, you can see all his action features, how to set them up. So yeah, we can remove armored head and arms, as we already said. Attach a snake head and snake arms, of course we will, and then we can twist him into powerful battle positions. And I don't think he has a spring punch. I think it just pops at the waist, but they show that. And then moving over here, we have a Rise of the Snake Man bio. Here's our image of our King Hiss and Thunder Punch He-Man, which are deluxe card figures. And these are the other 4 figures in Wave 11. And here's a quick look around with King Hiss and all his accessories out of package. So real quick, we'll go over the mini comic that comes with the King Hiss. It's the same exact mini comic in the Thunder Punch He-Man card. I already showed it in my review. We'll check it out. So here's the cover, looking nice, Heart of the Snake. And then just open it up. You can pause and read that. So bringing King Hiss in for a closer look. Yeah, I'm loving that head sculpt. Done really cool, I like the way that little mask piece is painted over the down the cheeks, up over the nose like that. The way the eyes are painted in there, I like that little smirk. Always did, going back to the vintage one. As far as the head articulation, so let's see, we can go. Okay, all the way left to right, down and up. Gets hindered because of this armor piece going here, which is really cool. I like the sculpting on that. As far as the body armor, so he's got that cool steel shoulder plate that comes down. Sculpting's nice too on the snake there. It's kind of like sculpted outwards. Let's see. So it goes all the way around. Okay, the back. It's just, yeah, it's all part of the armor, obviously. The armor's real soft, so we'll take that off soon. You can see there's 2 little buckles there, but it has all little ridges in it. I always liked that with the. I was always fascinated with the King Hiss and the Snake Man. Just all the yes, the scales and stuff. Going back to a lizard or snake, obviously. There's the front and the back. As far as the arms now, so we know these can pop off. I'm gonna pop one off real quick. See, right? So it's just typical peg that pops out of the joint like that. Take them off in a second. But as far as the articulation now, you can still see some yellow in there, okay, with the armor, which is all right. But we can go forward, back, up, down, right? Bend all the way at the elbow. Spin at the hand. Now he comes with, as far as hands, we have a semi-closed or weapon gripping hand on the right side on a hinge joint, right? Goes in and out. And then we have an open hand on the left for the shield. Both arms are exactly the same. And then moving down, the snake, the loincloth with the belt. You know, we can spin at the waist. Now he pops apart like that. Again, we'll get into that soon with the other parts. As far as the legs, we go all the way out. And go forward. Let's see, back. Bend all the way up at the knee. Spin at the boots. These boots can come off. You want to change them out with something else. And then, of course, the foot goes up, down, rock side to side. So moving on to his accessories. Check out that replacement head. Wow, the serpent head. That is incredible. I love the way the mouth sculpted open, the tongue in there, the fangs, the eyes, scales. Look at that. Even the little, like a snake coiled up around the outer, you know, the lower part of the neck. And of course, we get a left and right snake arm replacements. Those in themselves is just like, so cool that they made them this big in the way they came out. Yeah, you see all the way the scales are done on hinge, like hinge joints, and these can articulate. Well, these are stuck now, but once we get them on, we'll play around with them. The heads can spin. Love the way the eyes are painted in there. Now, what would have been cool with Baltimore, or at least one, if they would have sculpted the mouth open like this, like going back to the classic serpent King Hiss. I really wish they would have did that, but I don't know. It's cool you get them. Then, of course, you get the typical snake staff that a lot of the snake men going back to the vintage or classics comes with, and it's done in a green. Then you get his red snake shield, the cool sculpting out in front like that, in the front and the back. Okay, so let's start setting up some of the variations with King Hiss. So first, let's pop the head off, see how that comes off. All right, so there's our ball peg. And then we're going to bring our serpent's head in and pop that on. And here's a quick look at King Hiss with just a serpent head on. We kept the arms on like he's in mid-transformation mode. Check that out. So let's take the right arm off. Put one of the arm snake replacements in that side. So now you can set your King Hiss up with a serpent head, one serpent snake arm coming out, but yet still have the regular arm and the body armor still on. You want to do something like that. And of course, we can always take the left arm out. Put the left snake arm in. Now we have King Hiss still leaving the armor on, but the two snake arms and serpent head. And as far as the articulations, let's see, we can go left to right, go all the way forward and back like that with the head. And the arms can spin all the way around. Right, go up, down. These popped out, up, down about that far. And we know the head spin. And you can always take this head back off. Put this head back on. And just have King Hiss with the armor, the regular head on, the snake arms exposed. Do something like that. So taking the head off, we'll keep the snake arms on. Let's take the skin or body armor off. So we have two buckle straps here. So we'll pop this one on this side. And we'll pop the other. And now it looks like the whole body armor flips off like that. So you had to take the head off. Check that out. There's a serpent body underneath. Look at that. Front and back. Spins at the waist. Now we got the snake arms on. And we'll put the serpent head back on. Now we have our Serpent King Hiss. Man, that looks wild. Pretty cool for Origins. Arms all, everything was all the same. Here's a close look at the body. Got some little snakes under there sculpted in. This piece, it's like the, you can see the head there, the snake. It's kind of goes in with the head like it's a snake coiled all the way up onto the shoulders and the neck. Pretty neat how they did that. And you can even leave the serpent body and head on. Just put the two regular arms back in. You want to do something like that. And here's a look with the body exposed, two arms, regular head on. So you want to do something like that. And here's a close look at that armored off the body. So you see how soft it is. Check that out. So I put the armored on, the two regular arms, like that serpent head on like that. So let's put some weapons in hand. We'll put the snake staff in the right hand. Put the shield in the left. Here's a quick look with King Hiss all battle up, weapons in hand. And here's a more traditional look with the regular head on, both weapons in hand, of course the armor on. So here's a quick look or comparison with our all three Origins snake men out. We have Cobra Khan, of course we have King Hiss, and got him Serpent Mode and General Rattler. And this armor came off a 2000X Rattler figure, going back to the 2000X cartoon. It look cool, it does fit on him. I showed up my review. That's all three of those together. So another thing I want to do with this too, now that it pops off, let's mix it around on some lower legs of the other two snake men, see what that looks like. So check that out. We have the upper King Hiss's serpent snake body on Cobra Khan's lower legs and loin area, the loin pad there. And it works. Looks pretty cool. And you could even put Cobra Khan's top half on King Hiss's lower half, just different scales or pants or, and the loincloth. And it works. Doesn't look bad. It's different. And here's Serpent Hiss's upper body on Rattler's lower body and legs. So here's a quick look at using King Hiss's serpent body with the arms. Put Rattler's extension neck and head back on Rattler's lower legs. And I tried that 2000X armored on. Kind of work, it works. You got to adjust it. Of course, I brought in our snake armored He-Man for comparison. Check those two out. So I also wanted to try King Hiss's armored back on the serpent body. So naturally I took that 2000X armored off. That looks cool too, and I want to see if Rattler's neck extension can snap and go over that and fit. We know the head can, leaving Rattler set up. Now, we could do a whole video on customization. This is some fun stuff you could do with the limited snake men we have now. Can't imagine when tongue lasher and squeeze comes along, but just want to try it out and see if it works. It works well. And you can even do something like this with King Hiss's serpent body arms on, of course, his lower half. Use Rattler's neck because it's yellow, it sort of blends in. And put Rattler's head on top and roll the head. This one just looks better. I don't know, it's red, more snake-like, matching these. Articulate, so you can do something like that if you wanted to. This is a look with the same setup, but just putting that serpent head on top of this neck extension piece. It could work, I guess. Why not? It could be snakes wrapped up here onto this extending neck piece that just comes out of the whole serpent body. Use your imagination. You want to see that? It looks like it's not the best thing, but it works. Or how about that? That's something out of a nightmare, huh? And here's Rattler's head on top of this body with the neck extension piece. Yeah, it works. It looks pretty cool. Articulates, again, because it's a red head, the red eyes, the red loincloth. You can mix it up. Pretty neat. I even threw Cobra Khan's head with the acid spit on top of this neck. Check that out. So here's some more custom ideas. Now, of course, I brought in Camo Khan, which is exclusive. We could do a whole... Again, we have so many parts we can mix from. It could be a whole other video. But going back to King Hiss's body... So I put the armor on here, obviously. We got one of the snake arms on this side, Cobra Khan's head, Cobra Khan's lower legs, and one of Cobra Khan's arms. And, of course, we could put the other Cobra Khan arm, double snakes. You know, you get the point, but check that out. And then you can even put King Hiss's snake head on Rattler. Yeah, sort of works. Why not, you know? And for one more custom idea, just left the King Hiss, yeah, right, body on, body armor. Put two of the snake arms on, put Camo Khan's lower body and legs on with the feet, and put that the snake head on, you know, the Camo Khan snake head. Check that out. It looks pretty cool. And of course, we take the armor off, switch his arms. We can do all kinds of stuff, but it's fun to mess around with this stuff, see what you can do. So overall, I think the Origins did a great job with King Hiss. You know, put him at deluxe card packaging, adding the larger snake arms, the head. It's really fun how you can mix them around with the other snake men. Some things work over others, you know, and if we have more snake men coming out, which we do, can be able to do a lot of different things with him and make customs. It's neat. You get the arms and the way they pop off now. They're their own piece, and you can put on other figures if you wanted to. I like this body armor, how it has buckles now. It snaps over, flips over the neck. You can also use it on other figures, He-Man or something you wanted to. In the head, has its own headpiece. Weapons are always fun. The shield. Yeah, this spins, by the way, too. I didn't show you that. So that's neat. It's not just like a fixed arm guard. It does work. I think the only thing I would have liked to see that would have took this figure up a notch is have the snake arm mouths open like that, or at least one of them. That would have been really cool. Beside that, though, you know, little stuff, and I'm glad we got a King Hiss in a line. They did a great job with him. So thanks for watching. And until next time, take care.